One of the great joys of our life is spending time with our grandchildren. We have 8 grandchildren, and many years ago we started this tradition, which has turned out to be just a wonderful experience. Each time one of our grandchildren turned 12 years old, we took them on a special trip, and they got to choose where they wanted to go. Zach chose London. Victor, he was passionate about golf and he wanted to go to a golf academy in Maui, Hawaii. And then there was Sarah and Hannah. They wanted to go to Hollywood and then go on a Mexican cruise. So we just had such a wonderful time. And then Jonathan and Nick, they wanted to go to uh, Disney World and then a Disney cruise. And at 12 years old, I remember the famous saying that Nick, when he came back one night, he said, Papa, said we almost spoke to a girl. And then there was our twins, Isabella and Sophia. Now, they wanted to go to Antarctica and see the penguins. We had to kind of readjust on that one. And it was during the time of COVID. So we kind of stayed locally uh, and at North Myrtle Beach, but had a wonderful time because it was Easter. And I remember a special time when we had Easter sunrise service on the beach. Special time. And it was special times with each one. And each time at the end of the trip, we would have a special blessing, a time of blessing where we blessed our grandchildren. This was an idea Sabrina had originally, our oldest daughter, suggested that we go on the 12-year trip. And then Kim, once finding out about our 12-year trip, she had just read this book about the Christian Bar Mitzvah. And this, Bar Mitzvah is when the Jewish children turn 12, they have this special blessing. And so Kim encouraged us to have a Christian Bar Mitzvah. And that's where the idea of having a time of blessing to our grandchildren. And a blessing is a powerful, powerful thing because it empowers our grandchildren to live a prosperous life in all aspects of their life. And so as we've watched them grow and mature, it has been the joy of our life.
Okay, I think Papa already summed up some of the greatest joys, but I think for me, one of the greatest joys was being there at the birth of our grandchildren. And one is especially in my memory, and that was the day that my mother was buried. And I knew that Harold would not allow me to drive. So after he went to sleep, I got in the car, packed a few little things, and drove to Richmond, Virginia. Wasn't it Richmond? And to be there when Hannah was born. And Kim was so disappointed because I wasn't going to be able to make it when Hannah was born. So I was in the parking lot. I had driven all night, and there I was in the parking lot and called Kim. And she said, "Oh, Mom," she said, "I wish you could be here." I said, "Well, where are you?" And she said, "We're leaving the car in the parking lot." I said, "Well, I'm in the parking lot." So that was a very exciting time being there for the birth of Hannah. And well, I just think the birth of all the grandchildren and even the birth of our children was such a joyous time. We have just enjoyed family so much, and I've always enjoyed being a homemaker and being home with the children and sewing and cooking and just the little things in life bring so much joy.